good. So it's just each time it's new each time.
Yeah.
But I'm loving it.
Yeah.
You're finding the new you're finding yourself. But I love the family. We're chatting on the app. So it's good.
Isn't it great?
Everybody just keep going.
Isn't it great when you've done this and then you do another one and you know, because you're used to certain things, you don't have that fright. Oh my God, what's happening? You know, why am I feeling this? You're used to that stuff now, and you know your envelope now, what you can do, how much you can do. And the thing is, you can't eat less food when you're not eating any. But some people are out there thinking, wait, how can I eat less food and not eating any? Like, can I pull food out of me? Because I want to go harder, you know. But it's just the perfect pace, just the waters, the supplements, the exercising is just the right pace. We don't want anyone, you know, overdoing it. This isn't some, you know, ninja challenge. This is about, you know, again, the opportunity for your body to heal itself. And the way you do it is always the best way. And I know, Vanessa, you exercise. We see you out there roller skating on Westminster Bridge. Where were you? Was that Hyde Park? What was that?
Hyde Park.
Hyde Park. How could I? There's something about Hyde Park. You can always tell it's Hyde Park.
The corner.
Is that were you on the corner, speaker's corner?
Further down, Serpentine.
Serpentine. Yeah.
All
Goodness,
right.
I ain't heard that for a long time.
Yeah,
Serpentine.
It's been a minute.
Goodness gracious. Well, Vanessa, it's always great to have you on. Glad you're detoxing. Glad you're feeling good. You know.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Laser focus.
There you go. Now I was going to say something. Yes. So, real quick, I'm going to advertise something here. Shameless plug. Badges. So, guys, you may or may not know. You may have seen the ad in the group in the app. If you haven't, I'm going to put an ad out there. But it dawned on me some time ago, and I've just been too busy for the holiday. As you know, I went away and I just came back, and something was bugging me. I went for my notepad. That's it.
Did you do
Badges.
a bird when you said you went away? Where did you go?
It's called
you
a
do
bid.
a bird?
It's called a bid.
It's called a bird where I come from.
Bird. Yeah, I was in Scrubs. But they let me out early for good behavior or bad behavior, whichever way you look at it. But anyway, I just thought all these people have done the Detox 14-day challenge and they don't have any badges. No one knows they've done it. They've got no recognition for it. And sometimes they hit us up and we look in the app and we don't know who they are. Sometimes we know some of you guys, you know, really active, you're posting. A lot of people are very quiet about, you know, doing the detox. They just, you know, do it themselves. And we find out afterwards, or they'll do it. Vanessa tell us on day 12, hey guys, I'm on day 12, I'm about to finish, you know. So what we've done here, guys, if you get into the app, you can go to Jacqueline or just let us know there's an ad in there. We're going to start adding badges. So for those of you that have completed a Detox 14, you get a little badge, show some recognition that you did the 14. So if you've done the 14, drop us a message and let us know. And some of you we know, I may go in and start updating some of you guys. If you don't know, we don't know, let us know. And we'll make sure to get you your badge so that everyone can see that you are a veteran of the Detox Wars. That was it. Get your badge. Hit me up. Drop us an email. Drop us a line. Drop us something in the app, and I'll make sure you get your badge. Amsi, you're gonna say something?
I was gonna say that.
All right. Well, we do have a question. I think one of the bells. Nadira.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey, Nadira. How you doing?
All right. So I want to jump right. Can we talk about anemia?
Talk about what?
Can you hear me?
Can we talk about what, Nadira?
You kind of cut.
Anemia.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Anemia. Okay.
Or iron deficiency.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to get a deeper understanding of it. And, you know, if you're like, I know there's heat versus non, but what if your body's not any of them, either of them? Like, is there on just,
all right. So when we're talking about heme iron and non-heme iron, we're talking about the source of the iron, right?
Right.
So heme iron is iron that you get from meat, from eating meat. So you're basically getting it from the blood of the animal, right? Heme iron.
Mm-hmm.
Non-heme means that you're getting it from plant-based or synthesized, you know, anything but meat. So it isn't like your body's producing heme iron and non-heme iron. It's talking about the source where you're getting it from, where you're getting your iron from. All right. So when we're dealing with your blood, right? So each blood cell has a molecular structure, and at the center of the molecule is the iron mineral, right? Is the iron mineral, or the iron molecule, right? The iron mineral. And I refuse to come back till you bring it back. What do you do?
Huh?
No, not you. Stop messing about. This man's messing about with the. All right. So anyway, so at the center of the blood molecule, you have iron, right? Which everything's bound to, right? So the difference between us and plants is that we have iron in the middle of our blood. Plants have magnesium in the middle of theirs, which produces chlorophyll. So the difference between chlorophyll and blood is the difference of iron and magnesium at the center of the molecule, right? So which is why we have such a great synergy with plant life, right? Why chlorophyll is so good to us. It actually helps us to produce healthy red blood cells. And when we decay and we're in the ground and everything, we're actually fertilizer for plants. And we breathe in the oxygen that they expire, and they breathe in carbon dioxide, which we expire, right? Or exhale. And we have this synergy. But anyway, when we don't have enough iron, we don't have enough for that central molecule, right? And we stop our hemoglobin from being produced correctly, right? And it affects the integrity of our blood cells. The integrity of our blood cells determines how well we carry oxygen and minerals around the body. Oxygen, minerals, enzymes, hormones, right? So your blood cells are carriages, like train carriages, right? That carry cargo. And your blood vessels are the railway. So anything that can impede the transport of nutrients or hormones or enzymes or peptides or oxygen around the body can kill you, right? Can actually lead to death. So the quality of blood determines quality of life, which is why, you hear the terms like lifeblood. Blood is life, right? Inside your blood is life, right? So your quality of your blood, right, is so important for how healthy you are, right? Because it's carrying everything. Oxygen, when we breathe in, the point of us breathing in is to ignite our blood and to carry oxygen around the body to cells that need it, right? And this is when we're talking about where you've heard terms like acidic and alkaline, and what's the term I'm looking for? When you've got a lack of oxygen in your blood. Come on now, my brain.
It'll get it to you.
Hypoxia. Okay. See, I was just testing him because he's talking about, he whispers in my ears the correct answer.
I just did. People didn't hear it.
No, you didn't. Hypoxia, right? The lack of oxygen. Hypooxygen, right? Hypoxia is one of the biggest results of blood being impeded around the body, right? Blood also carries glucose around the body, right? So there are terms like hypoglycemia, when you have deficient sugar in your blood. There's supposed to be a level of sugar or glucose that's carried around in the blood that has to be maintained, right? And if that gets too low, then it can make somebody cranky, put you into a bad mood. You know, it triggers adrenals, cortisol is released, and then you can have anxiety or depression, all right, or feel very tired, all right. Now I'm not gonna keep on going on. I want you to interject here, Nadira.
So I'm just trying to understand with me, basically, because I always get another. Like today, I went to my therapist and she gave her perception of what's going on.
Now there's something wrong with your mic because you keep on. It's like you're cutting in and out on your mic.
That's strange.
I don't know why that is.
I'm on iPad. I'm always on. Maybe if I stop.
I don't know. But
I'm not sure what.
Maybe the angle that you're talking into the mic is the mic. The mic's on your laptop, right?
Hold on. Sorry.
Well, right now it sounds okay.
Okay, I think. No, it's
everybody
going to.
Oh, is everyone echoing?
Yes.
It's not me. I just
Yeah.
Is that something on our
It says
end?
echoes when they speak, not when we speak.
Right.
Yeah. Because here,
Is it maybe how we
And
have
it's
our thing set up? Yeah. All right. So
you have a new.
no, we ain't. We
It's the same?
might be some new plugins or something else that's going on here, but
Okay.
but
Not sure. Oh, I forgot where I was going, but I think I was trying to ask if. I was just trying to get an understanding of. Everybody's body absorbs iron differently, assuming, or not. Is that?
yeah, I mean, everybody absorbs will have their own. There's ranges of absorption. There's ranges. Basically, there's ranges with everything when you're dealing with people, because with genetics, epigenetics, and cofactors, how well are you digesting, and then how well are you metabolizing, how well is your liver functioning, how well is your kidneys functioning,
And how do I find that out? How is there a test that I could do? Is that oat test that you were telling me about last time, or is there something else that I could do? Find out.
Well, from the oat test, they can. There's a lot of different analysis that can come from one test with the oat test. So that's what's so good about it. So have you booked it yet?
No, I haven't. I was just trying to get through all of my other appointments that I have this week.
Okay.
And then I will see how I can get that test. And then, there's another test that I actually got done a couple years ago. It was pretty comprehensive test. I have to find it, several pages, but I'm wondering if that has some sort of impact. But anyway, well, basically, I'm just trying to understand other factors that could cause the lack of iron absorption besides fibroids.
Well, another factor is that there could be certain polyphenols that you're eating that could be causing an anti-nutrient factor, right? So basically, you're certain like calcium will stop iron absorption. Nitrogen will do that. Proteins will do that, right? So when your body's trying to get iron, it will compete, or there's, you know, if you're doing proteins, a lot of people who like protein shakes and all that in the morning and they're anemic, they don't realize that the protein is actually competing for digestion or metabolism, right? It's trying to metabolize, and there's a little, you know, there's a prioritization that takes place, and depends on you whether or not iron is going to be prioritized or not. And with people who tend to become anemic, who are easily anemic, iron is like way down the pecking order.
Okay.
So that's why when you're trying to get your iron, when you're eating iron-rich foods, not to do anything else but just iron.
You mean like when you're eating, like, for example, like you have a meal and you want just pure iron in that meal and nothing else.
Nothing else.
And even like any other kind of vegetables.
Right. And I mean, when you're severely anemic, you don't want to take the risk that something else is becoming a priority.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. I think I got it.
You know, Nadira, you always ask these questions and you get the nutrition class from Dr. Amsu, and I know you're taking notes and you spend the rest of the week studying. You know, you got to ask simple stuff like, you know, what's best, green or red apples? You know.
Well, yeah, what like simple stuff. Like I know I have the anemia guide. So, and that's why I said I'm trying to understand it in like, okay, in simple terms. All right. So for breakfast, should I just be eating the foods that are on the list, or should I just for several weeks just eat everything on that list and nothing else that's on the list?
I mean, you can try that, right? You can try that, and you know, snack a lot. Even though we say to people don't snack, but in certain times, like snack a lot with iron-rich things like raw pumpkin seeds.
Right.
Right? Get your tamarind. You know, drink tamarind teas. Get your black mulberries.
Yeah.
You know, and
I eat a lot of them too. Like the seeds, I eat a lot of those. I eat a lot of the raw pumpkin seeds. I eat a lot of them. Mangoes, everything on the list. I pretty much keep that in my diet. But you're just saying to isolate those things just to see if that might help.
Yeah, and eat a lot of it.
Okay.
Now, as far as you are aware, do you have any digestive issues?
I have in the past. I know that there was an issue that came up with not having healthy bacteria in my body and too much Candida.
Okay. And that can be a major issue, because they actually will devour what you're trying to get into you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And again, everybody's different, and you know, a Candida infestation, you know, can lead to starvation, because they, you know, if there's enough of them and they're like, all right, that's a healthy meal you're eating there, we'll have that. You know, they're basically robbing you of your nutrients.
Right. Yeah, it's a pretty complex situation, but I'm just trying to figure out where to start.
Right. So this is why we created a supplement called what's that one? Parasite, to tackle like Candida and parasites that are in the body that would otherwise rob you of your nutrients. So you want to look into that as well.
Yeah. Because that's my educated guess on it. I was like, I believe that there is some kind of creature that is is impeding my progress.
You think you have some worm or some?
There's something in my body that just is taking.
Were you ever somewhere tropical? Did you go skinny dipping in Tahiti or something
No,
a few years ago?
no,
In
Disney
Belize or something?
World maybe, but no, I haven't recently. No.
Because it's something that Dr. Amsel, we haven't spoken about for quite a long time, because we've not had anyone that's known or shared it with us on this call, but we've had it before on other calls about parasites, right? And how it's something that's often overlooked, parasites in all parts of the body, especially the brain, right? And, sometimes they take a long time to express themselves, and they start just eating away until they start to eat away at tissue, and you start to get all these problems. And doctors tend not to look at that stuff, right? They look at all the standard stuff, what they've got, on the shelf for GI problems, and oh, you're a woman, you're a certain age, oh, then it must be this, and you're a man of a certain age, well, then it must be that, And so often, you can go online and read reports, especially from WebMD and places like that, that they find that people have had parasites of some form, strange bacteria growing in their stomachs, but parasites more so because they're harder to get rid of, because they're not necessarily living in your GI tract. They've embedded themselves somewhere in your brain, right? So, simply, drinking some ginger doesn't do it. What can we talk about? I'm not saying you have parasites.
I think I might.
But Candida is a parasite.
Right.
It's an absolute parasite, so it might not be a worm.
A worm, right, living in.
Right.
Yeah.
But,
it's a parasitic.
Right. Parasites are just stuff that live off you. They don't necessarily attack you. They just live off, you do the work, and they sit back and just collect. So that's something that you can look into. But and that's the reason why we start people who have issues with detoxes, because detoxification, abstinence from eating is a good way to kill off bacteria, because you basically starve them. And by doing the sublingual thing, it bypasses the digestive tract where a lot of these parasites, bad bacteria and parasites live. So you're bypassing that, so you're getting the nutrients into your bloodstream, so they don't get it. They can't intercept.
So Ruth B was asking, is there a way to check if you have parasites? Candida is one. I know there's a Candida test. Can we talk about that?
There's again oat tests. There's a lot of instruments that are out there. Technology is great in the medical world right now for them to test for certain things. So ask your GP.
Oh, for the oat test? Okay, yeah, I'll definitely.
Well, ask your GP what tests you need to check for parasites. And what have you.
Okay.
Because technology is moving so fast, it might tell you to log onto a website and put your finger on a button, and you're gonna
breathe on the back of your iPhone, and
and they can tell. Who knows what's going on in technology now.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Nadira. And on that, we got someone on the IG saying that they're taking Parafite for the H. pylori. That comes up quite often on here, doesn't it, Dr. Amsu? H. pylori. It's one of the most common, quote unquote, bad bacteria, right? That get into the GI tract and causes ulcers, bloating, all manner of stomach issues. And on the onset, people just think, oh, maybe I ate something bad, I got food poisoning, they just think it's something common. Then it persists for weeks and months, years sometimes, and people find out, they go and get a test and find they have H. pylori. The problem with that is allopathic medicine prescribes antibiotics to clean out your gut, basically. Now, what
disrupts
does it?
The whole
everything
microbiome, the whole gut flora is disrupted, the whole ecology of your stomach or your gut is gone, and it takes years to
rehabilitate,
to reestablish the ecology. And there was something that I was thinking about with H. pylori as well.
Helicobacter, H. pylori. What were you thinking there?
I can't remember. It's gone. It'll come back in a second.
Okay, but again, guys, it's something that's very, very common in America, around the world, and people often don't know. And so, if you do go to your doctor, ask them if you're having sort of GI problems.
That's
to,
what it
to
was.
test
That's
for
what
that.
it was. All right. So especially in the United States, sugar, right? Refined processed sugar is in near enough everything. Anything that is processed on the shelves has sugar in it. Whether they advertise it as
Cane or
cane sugar, whether it's as modified corn
cornstarch
syrup,
and corn syrup, and then
all these different syrups and whatever, they disguise the name for sugar.
high fructose corn syrup.
High
is what you were
fructose
saying.
corn syrup,
Yeah.
you know, and the starches, all the different corn starches and all those. These are different ways of them hiding the term sugar, right? So they'll actually name sugar as one of the ingredients, and then another 4 or 5 ingredients are different forms of the same sugar, just, you know, processed in a different way, but it's sugar. And these H. pylori and other parasites, they absolutely thrive off sugar. So they love it. Gimme more. And they colonize. You know, they set up shop. You know, they invite their cousins. You know, phone calls are made. People start showing up from everywhere. Yeah, this is a perfect environment for us. Found a nice spot here. This person eats so much sugar, right? And when we tell people, okay, do fast, do detox, one of the things is to cut off sugar. Cut off your sugar supply. Because they're thriving from it. So this is why it's so important. You know, a lot of people who have other illnesses, they discount the fact that they may have parasites.
Right.
Parasites might be one of the root causes,
Right.
or a trigger, a cofactor for, you know, what they're going through. And it also impedes recovery. So Western medicine is like, all right, we're going to get you and we're going to do, you know, they tell you to basically, all right, when you have an operation, then it's nil by mouth.
Right.
Then don't eat anything. But, you know, 24 hours before surgery, don't eat anything. You know, they never tell you as part of a nutritional plan, all right, cut food out for X amount of days. Right? Because they're not interested in nutrition. And the best way to get nutrients is unimpeded. So that's why we do prefer when people detox before they start a healing process. And fasting, you know, abstinence from food is most effective when dealing with fasting.
Yeah.
And detoxification.
Good beans. So, again, as you guys can know, we could probably go on ad nauseum about detoxing and the gut, the GI tract, and all of the things that they're doing to food that encourages a lot of the growth of these parasites and bacteria. We had a few more questions. I want to go real quick. Before I get to you, Pamela, I see your hands up. We had a question from the IG. Jane.
Before that, Lance, whoever it is, can you join the Zoom call? That way, you know, go into my link in bio and click on the Wednesday Zoom, the GBD Wednesday Zoom clinic, so that you can jump on, you can actually be on this video on our Zoom. All right, go ahead, sorry.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, so Janae was asking, is it okay to take probiotics during the detox? Now,
Absolutely not.
Janae, you should know the answer to that, because if you're taking
That's
anything...
like asking your mum, can my boyfriend sleep in my bed tonight?
How old are you in your analogy, in your fantasy?
My, you know what? My daughters can be 50.
There ain't no boys staying around the house.
Don't ask me that.
You put that child
No.
safety thing on the top of the
Yes.
stairs, isn't it?
Yeah, nil point. No, it's
laser
not
beam.
happening.
No, Janae, the Detox 14, and in fact, any detox you're doing, you want to limit to 0 the intake of anything biotic, because you're introducing external live cultures into your body, right? And the whole point is to get your body to reset itself, so it starts producing those things itself, start creating the right, biles and enzymes. And
Now we do have an exception to the rule with
Tell us.
biotics. So there are some people, while they're doing the detox 14, and they've abstained from food and that, but they find that they're bloating or they're getting a bit of reflux. So we will allow it to have the prebiotics in the way of ginger.
Ginger, right? Yeah.
Right? So that's the exception to the rules. Ginger, where you can boil ginger, ginger root, boil it, and add manuka honey. Monofloral manuka honey.
So Janae, I know you're on the IG, probably don't get a chance to respond. If you got a message, tell us, and I'll go jump back in and read it. But yeah, so Dr. Hanson, real quick, we talked about this. We talk about some of the things over and over again, but we don't mind doing it. That's why we're here. The biotic craze, right? So do you remember there was a time where it was only Yakult in the dairy fridge? They have those little, Swedish milks. Now you have whole sections, the grocery store, the sort of half a fridge for prebiotics, and there's a whole nother fridge for probiotics. It's one of those things, I think Karen or Jane Fonda or someone started it, and it became the new craze. And people are consuming these things at an alarming rate. The thing is, we're not necessarily seeing that, the GI health of America has improved. It's another way to me of selling product, right? Of creating a new fad. And a lot of them are introducing external bacteria to the body, which we don't know the source of these bacteria, right, Dr. Hamsi? Are they being cultured in fruits and vegetables that are organic? Or are they being synthetically cultured, right? GMO enzymes. We don't know. They're not in the business of telling us that stuff. And we're introducing this to our bodies. And I think most people do not understand, including myself, how important the microbiome in the gut is, what it does for you, and when it's disrupted, what it can cause, and we're just out there eating anything they put in front of us without thinking about it. And it's a really big issue, in fact, people doing that. So anyway.
I mean, your gut is basically customs.
Everything that comes in.
It's like immigration and customs, right? Anything that goes into your body that you ingest, right? Or that you eat, should I say digest, right? Has to go through immigration and customs. Now, if immigration and customs is corrupt, bad bacteria, I was going to have a pop at Nigerians, but I'm not gonna.
Steady on, mate.
Backhanders. All right, go through, go.
You even put the accent on there. Oh my goodness gracious.
It's because Ose's on. Hey, what up, Ose? What's going on? Yeah, so
the gut.
Immigration, customs, right? It's very important for what gets into, what goes through and what is metabolized, what nutrients will get utilized by your body has to go through this barrier. If that barrier is not correct, right? And in fact, the opposite of corruption, right? Where it's like nothing's going through. We're stopping everything at immigration and customs. We're not letting any kind of cargo go through at all. In fact, we're burning it all. Or we're going to send it to be stored later for energy. We don't know what to do with it. We're going to store it for in fact. Right? And that's what a lot of people go through when the digestive system isn't working correctly. And you have your intestines, the organs, but within the organs, right, they have their job to do to help to digest. Your body produces enzymes and acids, hydrochloric acid and whatnot, right, in your gut. But a major part of your digestive system are your good bacteria. Your good bacteria, they have a symbiotic or symbiont relationship with us where they perform a great deal of the digestive process. So without them, we're not going to get nutrients. With bad bacteria blocking, we're not going to digest. Those bad bacteria are going to absorb our nutrients and grow. And sometimes bad bacteria devour good bacteria.
Indeed. So yeah, Janae, hope that answered your question. Thanks for asking the question over there in the IG. If you get a chance, man, jump onto the Zoom, and so we can interact with you as well. So before we get to Osei, I know he's going to give us an update on his detox. I want to get to Pamela. I know you've had your hand raised for a little while. Miss Bell. Oh, you're back on mute.
I put it back on.
Give it a chance.
This is you're coming to me now, right?
Yes. Spotlight is on you. No pressure.
No pressure. I'm going to ask this question because I'm getting a little bit turned around as far as I'm deciding, like I'm doing, I haven't started a fast yet. What I did is I started out using the interactive tool, knowing that I'm looking for a total homeostasis and balance. So I was working on that. And then I have all of my supplements that I take. And in the meantime, I was kind of like watching Nadira's progress, because she went in all guns firing, and she did the 40-something day fast. So getting an idea of what the fasting does, if I want to make sure I have the right comprehension, that's like a reset, so that you can start balancing wherever you have, where there is no homeostasis, you want to establish that. So when she was telling me different things, and she'll go and, you go for your physical because she has a goal in mind. The first thing I thought was, and I said it to her, it sounds like right now your body is the host, like the reset or the fast revealed, okay, there's something else going on here. And your body is a host. I'm always saying that if something is feeding off of my body on the inside and I don't know it, I'm not going to get the benefit of whatever I'm putting in there. What's throwing me off a little bit is I know that sugar is just not good. Sugar is bad. Sugar comes in many, 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 many forms. But I think I understand that sugar coming in the form of organic fruit is totally different than sugar, processed sugar, simple sugar. But is there a time when you have to avoid that also if your body is like a host and there's some kind of parasite in there? How do you balance that?
All right, and it depends. All right, so fruits have other properties. So it depends on what you got going on. There may be certain fruits that, yes, cut out of your diet, right? And there are certain fruits which you can take, which will, because remember, peppers are fruits, everybody, right? Peppers are a form of fruit. And peppers will go in and knock, and pardon my French, will knock that shit out, right? Peppers are well known to do that. But peppers also can, if too much pepper, can put a hole in your intestines as well. So everything in moderation at the right dosage, right? But fruits have properties, medicinal properties. They're not just sugar. And one of the great things about original fruits is the amount of fiber, right? So nowadays, you buy fruits and they're massive. They're real big, like oranges, right? Original oranges are really small. Oranges now are almost the size of grapefruits. And it's just sugar. Minimal fiber. With GMO, you lose so much fiber. You lose like 90% of the fiber with GMOs. But it tastes sweeter. It might be juicier. And you think, man, this is a good quality fruit here, man. You bite into it and it runs down your cheeks onto your neck and whatnot. And you're thinking, yeah, great, right? But no, there's no fiber. And your gut needs fiber. Fiber helps with digestion. It helps with the ecology, your microbiome. So we have to look at, once we know what kind of parasites, then we can even start, a protocol where, all right, these are the specific fruits that you should eat. Yeah. Right? These are the specific fruits. These are the seeds that you need. These are the roots that you need, and you start consuming them. These are the bitters that you need, right? Because bitters are also great for your gut, right? So even though our supplements, sublingual and all that, all right, when we start talking about you got parasites and you got things going on, there are things that we want you to now, all right, digest this. You know, drink this, get that bitter into you. Get these fibers into you so that they actually work with the gut to remove toxins and parasites, bacteria that are impeding absorption and nutrient retention rate. All right. I hope I'm answering you. Give me some feedback. Give me some feedback.
Okay, I'm okay with that because I have to really like paint a more complete picture of, okay, I did this, say I did a 40-day fast, and now this is happening. Then you got to go from there. And I also know with me, I know my kryptonite is sugar. It's always been sugar in any form. And I mean, I got away from simple sugars, but I have to watch that at all times. So that's where I'm functioning from now, but it's a matter of step by step, because this Candida thing, but it seems like it's not, you can't eliminate it just like that. These things must take time.
No, I can't remember. No, sorry, we were just conferring that I keep hearing the word Candida. Yeah.
When you spit and it rises to the top, or if it sinks.
Yeah. Someone was asking though. There is a test you can do for Candida at home, right? But we'll share that with you because there's a certain, I think it's bicarbonate of soda, right? Or sodium bicarbonate into a glass of water, and if you spit into it, and the saliva rises, there's a chance that you have a parasitic infection of some sort. Candida is very typical. So someone was asking earlier on, can you test for it? And Dr. Amsey rightly said, you've got the oat test and a bunch of things you can do, but there are also some things you can do at home to show you that. There are tests you can do to see if you've got enough acid in your stomach. There are a number of things you can do. And one of the things people don't do, I'm not talking about you, Pamela, necessarily, is just really monitor themselves. Like when you eat something, does anyone ever eat or even drink and then wonder where it's going, how it's going through their body, how it's traversing? Do we know what happens, the stages, right? And when you start to just do a little bit of research on that, and you feel certain things, you'll be able to eliminate certain things from your search, right? And know, because you know how food is supposed to pass through your body. But most of us just eat and keep it moving. And we feel a little something.
Yeah, self-diagnose, everybody. That's what Mike is telling you. Self-diagnose. Home kit. Put a bit of salt into water, stir it, spit in it. Yeah.
Well,
you got HIV.
There's a home HIV kit.
No, Mikey.
Well, the reason I'm saying that is because of that whole self-diagnosis thing. People experience, twinges and things, and they panic and they assume
the step. Google it,
right? Yeah.
Google, see what Google tells you.
And they seem to have one thing or another. It's because they don't know the normal function of their body. That's where I was going. Not so much you should self-diagnose.
There are things to know when that you can do. If you eat and you have diarrhea and you're eating normal, something's wrong. If you eat and you bloat, something's wrong. If you eat and you get constipated, something's wrong, right? If you ain't done a number 2 in a few days, like when was the last time you did a number 2 and you have to look up into the air to remember, something's wrong. We're supposed to eliminate 15 inches of stool, 12 to 15 or 12 to 16, 12 to 17, depending on, which part of Nigeria you're from, right? If you're not eliminating a good amount of stool per day, you're constipated. Just that, there's a spectrum of constipation, right? And then there's, if you're hydrating correctly, dehydration is usually an indicator, right? But with parasites, it's usually bloating, cramps, right? Fatigue, looking drained, looking pasty, red eyes, breakouts, itchiness, these are all indications that we can say, all right, but we ain't going to say to you, right, what kind of parasite it is. You ain't going to be able to tell that by, well, it itched and it kind of burned and then it tickled a bit. Oh, that's pylori. No, we're not telling you to do that, but these are things that you can have signs that, I think I've got some parasites here going on. Get down to see your GP, get a test done, get into the lab.
Thank you. I got it now.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pamela. Dr. Amsterdam, did we go to Laverne? Did we go to Osei?
Let's go to Osei. Sorry, Laverne, because you're not showing yourself. If you was on video, we would have gone to you right now, Laverne. But
that's okay. Go ahead and deal with Osei. I'm fine.
You know the rules, Laverne. You know the rules.
Yes.
Hey, Osei, what's up, brother? Are you there?
Yo, what's good, brethren? How are you?
We are
What's going on, Osei?
swimmingly, my friend.
Hey.
Dr. Amsu, what's up, Doc?
What's the deal?
Day 6, it's been an experience. I'll say that. It's definitely been a test of the will. This weekend, I attended a couple of events, and then I had to do some content yesterday at Ike's, which is a great, fantastic West African restaurant. But I held fast. I think that, me and my body is adjusting. It was definitely an experience in terms of just getting to this point. But I think now I feel a lot better. I started working out Monday morning. And I think, with the workouts, my energy actually increased. I was a little curious as to whether or not I'd have energy, in much the same way you think that, you might feel a little bit weakened. But I'm actually, I feel like I'm progressing and getting better, and I appreciate it. So I'm not fantasizing about food as much as I was.
Well, you're a true soldier. We talked about a lot of people on this call that you're doing your detox and you have to go to a family function and there's a spread. They've got roast this, fried that, baked that, desserts, and it's amazing the amount of people tell us, you know what, I'm so proud of myself because I was there. I saw the food. I looked at the food. People were teasing me. Robbie said that they had a function at AFTV. They had a massive spread and they were throwing food at him. And he goes, not only did I not feel hungry, I didn't break. I wasn't hungry. I didn't want it because you condition yourself now. Look, not only are you disciplined, like I'm not, I'm on this detox, so I'm not going to eat food. I don't want it. And it makes you wonder, wait, all the times I'm stuffing my face, did I actually need it, right? So it's a great testimony to USA and everyone else has done this, that can be around a bunch of food and not want to eat it. Dr. Amsterdam, you're going to say?
And also the energy thing. So here's the thing. Imagine now, you've invested, right, in I don't know, Bitcoin, right? When Bitcoin, like 12 years ago, you invested in Bitcoin and it's made you a whole bunch of money, right? And then you get fired from work, right? They lay you off. Are you broke? No. You got all that money saved up. All that money is stored up, saved up. That's what happens when people have a lot of fat storage. That's energy. That's energy stored up. So when people say, I don't have the energy, and they're heavy set, it's like you got plenty of energy. You need to tap into that energy, and it will not only when you tap into that energy and when you're working out, it will also help to detoxify you, because when your muscle pulls from that, those glucose stores, from those fat stores, right? It's going to release the toxins. It's going to release materials that are also stored in there. So sometimes those materials, when they're released, can cause headaches. They can cause dizziness. They can cause vomiting. They can cause diarrhea, right? They can cause bad breath, right? But they're being released. they're no longer trapped in fat. Same with your energy. So a lot of people who come to do the fast, they want to lose weight. They want to lose stomach fat. They want to lose, hips and, thighs and whatnot, weight around their neck and whatnot, right? All right. Fasting and working out. Burn that energy off. And that's why we don't want anybody when they're fasting to be sedentary. Be active.
Absolutely.
Stay active. Work out. Push yourself. And your body is going to say, all right, there's no energy coming in. All right, we got to tap into the bank account, into the savings.
Great analogy there. So I'll say, man, and again, day 6, we know you're doing it. So let me ask, you said you had some spiritual moments.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You started seeing white people yet? White people come out of nowhere.
I'm coming out of the sunken place. I feel good, though. I mean, I will say breaks, like, I know you mentioned it, and I could feel, I've had some moments, on those days where, I was around food. I may have tapped into a little bit into the second bottle of coconut water. I mean, I didn't go crazy, but I had to get a few sips, and I think it's realigning yourself, and mentally, it's being able to really kind of, between reading and journaling and writing things like that, are meaningful. You know what I mean? I think that's what this whole process for me has been, and I'm, I want to finish off, a vision board that I had started some time ago, and just use it as a time to really kind of be in that constant place of meditation, because I mean, you got to feed your mind if you're not feeding your body. So I feel like that's kind of one of the biggest things. I had done a water fast before, but I think the nutrients are very, 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 very important. The tinctures are extremely important to allowing yourself to, like you said, get the nutrition, and, even as listening to you all talk about, the sugar, I understood that. I was just kind of curious. I know the tinctures have a sweetness to them. What exactly is that, Doc? That makes it have the taste that it does?
So we use so there's 3 ways in which you pull nutrients from a source, right? Alcohol is the most potent way, but it's alcohol. So we don't use alcohol. Then there's glycerine, and then there's also water. Water is the purest way, but it's the least effective, right? It's the least effective, meaning it does not pull nutrients as well as the other 2. So right in the middle is glycerine. Now glycerine, yes, there's a glyco index with glycerine, but it's a pure source, right? Vegetable glycerine we use, right? So it's not the same as processed sugar.
Sure.
So we don't want refined processed sugar, and that the glycerine is filled with nutrients, that it's just doing the pulling, but the flavor or the sweetness that you taste are also from different ingredients, the different ingredients that are within the tinctures as well, within the supplements.
Yeah, a lot of the herbs have
so
a natural,
even though so glycerine, if you ever get glycerine and you taste it, it's not that sweet. Vegetable glycerine is not that sweet. It has a subtle sweet taste to it. It's not, back in the day there was a Jamaican saying, "Sweet till it scratch." That was scratch the back of your throat. It's so sweet, right? It's not. It's very subtle.
Okay, good. No, I mean, I think it just reminds me, just as I kind of get to or look towards the 14-day mark. Like I certainly think I have a different appreciation for simple foods, for fruits, for, just vegetables, in general. And I feel as if, this, fasting on this particular journey has definitely allowed me to reevaluate some things that I didn't know were even possible. And I think the people around me are really like shocked. And I can say I feel good. I'm thankful. I certainly appreciate, you all making sure that this message gets heard by the masses, including myself, because that's the real wealth.
Have you cried? Have you cried yet?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I've cried.
You know what man say? I had a spiritual experience tonight. You had to cry, innit? You was
bawling into the pillow. Yeah.
Yeah, like, what am I doing?
Right, yeah. It's like the first time you're really drunk, you swear God you never do it again, and then next week you're back down the pub, But let me ask you, you made a comment earlier on, and I just, Dr. Anstey, if you could comment on this about the coconut water and about, it sounds as though you're maybe restricting yourself to a certain amount of coconut water per day and water. You don't actually have to restrict yourself, right? If you're feeling like you need to imbibe a little bit more, drink some more coconut water. Drink some more water.
Don't hold back, because those are your electrolytes.
Yeah.
If you're working out, we don't want you to be short of electrolytes, because we're providing the body with nutrients that it needs, but when you're working out and that there's more electrolytes are needed in your body, so you need to do that, especially if you're working out and sweating. Right?
Understood. Yeah, definitely. I think after my workouts, I've definitely, that's where I feel like I felt the best. And, it just, it gives me a lot more clarity. And I think, that's where the endorphins get to going. So,
right.
I just didn't, I didn't anticipate after not eating for days that I would still feel strong and be able to go throughout the day. So I would imagine that my body must be in ketosis right now, because I can, and I can certainly tell. I mean, you can feel it, just overall. I mean,
you can feel your body. It's funny, you do the detox and you realize you can actually feel, you're more aware of yourself, and you realize that you've actually been blinded to yourself for years. You've not actually felt yourself because you've just been, and this is all of us, right? We're always in the state of toxicity, all like constantly, through sugar, through carbs, just through volume, right? From constantly eating, you're always metabolizing, you're always digesting. Then you drink a little bit, then you might smoke a little bit. So it's like you're constantly, every almost waking moment of the day, under some kind of, influence of food, or the sub effects of food. So then you do the detox and you suddenly, like I said, you're aware of yourself. You start to feel yourself. I was going to ask, how's your sleep been? A lot of people talk about, they sleep like babies now.
Well, you know what? When I'm asleep, I'm definitely asleep.
You're gone.
I'm good. I feel, but I have had some nights, but I think that's just me normally. Like I can be a bit of a night owl, but I'll still get up early, at the very least. But I feel just good about my energy, and I feel like I'm getting to a better place. I mean, the only thing though is that water. You gotta get to the bathroom, man. So I mean, like water around the clock. I mean, I'm loaded up. You know what I mean? And I think that even as it relates to dealing with hunger too, I definitely have been consuming a gallon a day plus. You know what I mean? As it relates to water. So
right.
I just feel I feel overall just a lot better. And I'm kind of wondering what this next week would be like. And that's why I wanted to start mine on the weekend. So I started last week. My first day was Friday.
Right.
And so I wanted to kind of give myself an opportunity to, see how I would handle the weekend, since that's, typically one of the times where everybody really, kicks back. But I feel like it's been very good. So going into this weekend, you know, I have a friend of mine who's like a sister to me. You know, she's celebrating her birthday. I'll stop by, but you know, I'm really focused, and I'm very focused right now on myself, and you know, organizing my thoughts, and you know, the things that I look forward to accomplishing in 2022. So, you know, I didn't know that I could go this long, and you know, and not feel the way I felt before. When I did the water fast, that was rough. That was rough for me. And I think that this time around, I felt like extremely, you know, vibrant about how I was able to move through the day. I mean, I'm normally, you know, a pretty relaxed person, and you know, it may seem like, I mean, I'm quiet, but you know, and I feel like as I was kind of posting, I didn't really know what to feel. I know you definitely get some emotional energy going because you know you're not eating, and you may have some hunger pains, and you know, you don't want to come off like an ass, you know what I mean? Because you may be a bit moody because you haven't eaten. But I felt like that wasn't the consistent thing. I feel like overall I felt pretty good. So I'm very thankful for that.
Yeah. And you're talking about like things like hypoglycemia, and these are effects that people have. The thing is, because they're always constantly under the effects of food, they tend not to notice. But I'm sure everyone on the call knows, most of us, some people that go without food, and the minute they get hungry, what's that commercial with the Twix? They turn into a diva, right? They lose themselves. And that is about malnutrition. So even when you are eating, you're malnourished, and your body doesn't have the energy it needs. Your brain doesn't have the energy it needs to compose itself, to manage the release of certain hormones, right? So that's interesting. Sure. One of the most interesting things about the detox is people noticing that. And it talks to the fact that when you are eating meat, rice, veggies, chips, and all of this, you're actually starving.
Right.
And you don't realize it until you actually starve yourself. You actually do a detox, you desist from eating food, and you start to realize, hold on a second, I'm not feeling that anger, because the supplementation is giving your brain and your body the nutrients, your cells. Now, the only reason we eat food is to get energy and nutrients into our cells. A lot of the food we're eating, processed and otherwise, doesn't get the nutrients we need into our cells. And that's where it doesn't have them. Right. And that's where the malnutrition is coming from. So even though you're not eating any of that, the steak and the chicken and the beef and the fish and the potatoes, you're not getting that pulp, you're not imbibing all of that volume, the supplements are giving your cells the nutrients they need, and that's why you're not getting that particular type of hunger. That's why you're not craving a lot of those sugars and bacteria-laden foods, because you've starved your body of those things. So ironically, you're more nourished now on the detox than you probably were when you were eating regularly, right? And so yeah, it's one of the beautiful, I mean, call it a side effect. It's a direct effect of
and in fact, you know, this 14-day challenge is the best way to segue into intermittent fasting. When your body is used to going without food, so think about it. By day 14, your body's going to be used to going without food for the whole day, right? Now, if you reintroduce food, and you will reintroduce foods when you break your fast and you know, doing the 4-day reassimilation, it's going to be more liquidy, you know, water-based foods, right? Green and water-based foods, right? And when you the flavor that you're going to taste when you eat those particular things, you're going to be amazed on how great it tastes, because your taste buds are also reset, right? Yeah. When you abstain from the MSG and all the sugars and all that, your body actually goes through an actual cycle of, all right, resetting taste buds, right? But your body is now used to not eating, and you actually have to train your body, which is what the 4-day reassimilation is about, is retraining your body, your digestive system into digesting, right? Back into digestion. But it's the perfect time to be like, all right, I'm going to start doing 1 meal a day, rather than, man, I can't wait for my breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You know, that mentality, the discipline that you get from doing this, and what your body's actually acclimated to do, is that it can refrain from eating and not, you know, you have this term hangry, where people are hungry and angry, right? Which is the hypoglycemia, right? you've broken that barrier. You break that barrier where now you're disciplined and you don't feel like you have to eat. You just eat because it's like, you become this machine that, all right, I'm going to eat for nutrients, right? But what we've proven with this detox is you can actually last without actually eating, with just the supplements and the waters and the liquids that you've been taking, right?
Yeah, definitely. I was wondering too. So I know you mentioned the Manuka honey, Dr. Amsu. Is that something like? Because I've had certain things like sorrel that would say pure cane sugar. So I would imagine that after transitioning, coming off the 14-day, you want to minimize all of those type of sugars and anything like that at all. I mean, you want to stick to the Manuka honey?
Absolutely. I see. There are, like, we had a down here in Snellville, we had a place called Naturi, a vegan restaurant called Naturi, and he made sorrel, but he didn't put no sugar in it. He was using honey or agave, but we told him we don't really like agave like that. So he did it with date sugar as well as honey, right?
So date sugar, some of those things are possible, meaning like the date.
Yeah.
Okay.
But with dates, it's who we recommend dates to, because dates can have an estrogenic effect. So if somebody suffers from something that's estrogenic, an estrogen dominance, then it's like, all right, be very limited in your use of dates until when you get over your issue. Dates are very powerful, have very powerful medicinal properties. But they're slightly estrogenic as well at the same time.
Quick question too, Doc. What about cashews or almonds? Golden raisins or something like that.
All right, so golden raisins are not good, right? Cashews are not good. Almonds are okay. Almonds are pretty good. They have good medicinal properties, but there's also links with almonds and cyanide. But you would have to eat so much almonds to get very trace cyanide. So almonds are actually good, but there are better. Tiger nuts are good. Brazil nuts are excellent, high in selenium. Brazil nuts.
Is he there?
All right.
Did we lose?
We lost him. And
okay, maybe
also
can I
lost
use
me
this
as
card?
well.
We lost you. So technical things. So yeah, I'll say, I know you may be trying to get back on, but listen, really appreciate, really encouraged by your journey. We're so glad you're doing this. For those of you who don't know, Osei is one of our local heroes here on Radio V103. So I know he and I have talked offline. There are a lot of people, he was telling me, that actually need this sort of detox. They need a detox. They have problems with their health. There are so many people, not just here in Atlanta, across the country. I'm sure everyone on this call could probably raise a hand and pick out a handful of people they know that have health conditions, health concerns that a detox would definitely help with, but they need to see someone they know or someone they trust doing it first. And it's just the way we are as human beings, right? No matter what someone tells you. And it's fine. It's probably the right way to do it. So hats off to you. I'll say congratulations, day 6. Tomorrow's going to be day 7, halfway there. Are you back on, I'll say?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, we're just bigging you up, saying thanks and congratulations to you. A lot of people are looking up to you to not just complete this, but as a beacon. We talk so much now, more so than ever. Africa is coming more into the fore now. I think Afrobeat's done more for Africa than any Jomo Kenyatta
right.
book. And people are starting to realize that Africa's got real people in it. And people in Africa are starting to realize that a lot of the things they're importing into their countries is causing health concerns. And so as we, increase in our affluence, we're tending to adopt more of the, sort of insalubrious things, right? The Kentucky Fried Chickens and the Burger Kings and the processed foods and the processed sugars. So these detoxes are becoming more and more globally relevant now. So by you doing this is, I think, bringing awareness to a lot of people. So I want to congratulate you for that as well.
Thank you. I'm, looking forward to coming down the other side of the mountain.
Yes, sir. We'll be here with
day 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. And no, I'm glad. I just wanted to, ask that. Sometimes eating some certain trail mixes and things that you think are healthy, or might be good for you, really aren't as good as you might think. So I haven't really looked at the. I didn't want to tease myself by trying to look at the reassimilation menu until I was really further along.
So you're close to it, day 12, right? Yeah.
Right, thinking about everything, all the other foods, but just having some questions about some things that I can either maintain or kind of like wean myself off of now that I'm transitioning, or looking forward to the transition to just food, whole foods, and just quality foods as well. Yeah,
absolutely.
Always read labels. So when you things like mixes and stuff like that, read the ingredients.
Absolutely.
Always read ingredients anyway. Even if when you're buying coconut water, for instance, and it's like, all right, what's that? Oh, that's coconut water. Check it.
Yeah.
Because you'll be surprised that other ingredients that may be in there.
Why are there 9 ingredients in my coconut water?
Right.
Trail mixes are very scary. If you read some of those trail mixes, especially anything you get in the gas station, so it's supposed to be nuts, right? Sometimes. But what they'll find is that there'll be nuts in there, a lot of peanuts, by the way, the cheap stuff, but they'll have baked goods inside a trail mix, right? So pretzels, sesame sticks, which isn't just sesame, it's sesame plus some kind of biscuit wrapped with sesame in it. So it's another baked good. Then they have these candy things that they have in trail mixes. It's like marzipan and stuff like that. And then there's M&Ms in the trail mix. Right, so you grab a trail mix thinking you're eating something, healthy and all natural, and they're glazed, they've added sugar to them. So absolutely, trail mix, some of them are actually worse than eating a Snickers bar.
Like I went farmers market, the Cab farmers market yesterday evening to try to get something, so I eat one meal, but when I get home, I might have something like in the way of like a cereal, right? So I'll do like a small meal. So I went there to like get my cereal type of thing, and everything like they had hemp mix. So I'm thinking, all right, hemp, but they had flax in the hemp. They had wheat, they had corn in there, and I'm like, because they know how popular hemp is now, because people know it's a superfood. They push the boat out, that hemp is an ingredient, but they make it the subject matter. So you really have to, check what you get. Somebody's like, yeah, hemp's healthy, I'll grab the hemp mix.
Right. Not realizing they got a whole bunch of other stuff
right.
in there. Yeah. Well, listen,
what kind of cereals
go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was just going to ask you, what kind of cereals do you all recommend if you're going to even consume cereals?
There's quinoa flakes are good. Quinoa flakes. There's, if you don't have a gluten problem, you can do spelt flakes, but again, check the ingredients, because remember, reading ingredients is important, especially when you're getting something that's been processed. And that's the only thing that I might do like once or twice a week or once a fortnight, where I'll do something like a spelt flakes, because I know, all right, it's basically spelt, but because it's manufactured somewhere, I'm taking a crapshoot. You see what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So, but what I do is I'll have that, but I'll put, walnuts and I create my own mix. So I'll have the flakes, but and also buckwheat flakes, right? Buckwheat. So I'll put walnuts, hemp seeds, dates, raw pumpkin seeds as well. So okay. I create my own with whole raw materials.
Gotcha. Okay.
Absolutely. Listen, I say we really appreciate you coming on, man. Congratulations on day 6. We saw your comments in the app as well. Thanks for that. People commenting back to you. So as you see, people with different levels of the struggle, different levels of the challenge, and a lot of people who've done it. And we were talking about that earlier on. So listen, you're a week away, I'll say, from getting your I Did the 14 badge in the app. So far, we've got one person's got the badge in the app, but I sent a note out today. So listen, anyone that's done the Detox 14 challenge, make sure you let us know. Drop us an email, drop us a message in the app, and we'll make sure you get your I Did the 14 badge, so people that go in there know that you're not a joke. You're part of the elite. So you're halfway there for that. So listen, folks, everyone, you know, give kudos to Osei. He's our latest person here, who's out there really helping a lot of people. We've got some other people on the call as well. I know I've got Shalena's on the call, Lene Renee. If we get a chance, we're going to talk to her in a little bit. So listen, I'll say again, thanks for joining on. Stick around. You don't have to leave. You know, you may have some other questions. You may be able to answer some for us. Since you're actively doing the detox, but we're going to jump back to some of the questions and get back to you guys in just a little while. So,
Absolutely.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot, I'll say.
Thank you.
Miss Laverne, I see you patiently waiting there. I had you next up in here.
Hi, yes. Thanks for taking my, I can't say call, but my questions. So yeah, we're getting ready to start our 14 days on this weekend. So I am preparing, and I have like 2 questions, or actually I have 3, 2 related to my detox. Now, I found this.
All right.
Okay.
All right. C2O.
In Kroger, right?
No Kroger here. I have what is called a common market, or my organic market.
Okay.
So I found this, and they also have the harmless harvest.
Okay.
I think I've seen that one.
Yeah.
Harmless
But
harvest
they
is the pink one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
But they were out of that because they have that one on sale, so people bought it out. And I got this one to try it to see how I like it before I actually start.
And
Okay.
So what
the
is
verdict?
your take on? It's pure. It has nothing, but it's just pure cooking water. What's your take on this?
We've got 4 of those in the fridge right now.
Yeah. C2O, man. We might even partner with C2O.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Okay, sounds great. So good. I have that. The black sea salt. Does it matter if it's the Himalaya or the Hawaiian?
See how it makes you feel.
What?
No, seriously. See how it makes you feel. You know?
Oh, how it makes me feel?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because my organic market which is one of my local health food store or market where I can get my organic food. They have the Hawaiian black sea salt, but I'm gonna go online and buy it also.
But it's black lava salt.
Black lava salt. It has to
Yeah.
be lava, and that's the reason why it doesn't matter as long as it's lava salt, right?
Lava. Okay, it has to be not just black sea salt. It has to be black
Well,
lava.
I mean, we don't tell anybody to get black sea salt. We say black salt, which is black lava salt,
Black lava salt.
right? Because
Okay,
of the
so it has-
medicinal properties in it.
Okay, because I know I have to get it to put that in the water.
And it's very potent as well. It's very potent. So just a little bit.
Yeah,
pinch.
you said like 2 pinches,
Right,
pinch of
yes.
that in the water. Yeah, so I'm going to get it. What about for regular uses other than fasting? You can use it, right?
Yes.
Cooking.
So look, coconut water, the structured water, these are things that you should do forever.
And I can give that to my son too, right? The structured water.
Yes.
Okay,
Absolutely.
I'm gonna make sure he gets that. He does coconut water. He does, because I started having him using it since he was home. That was one of my questions. The coconut water and the salt. Oh, great. So he had he's playing, of course, and I know he fell on his in the game he fell on his hip.
Okay.
And he was basically telling me that he was experiencing some pain, and I was telling him, I'm trying to figure what I can tell him to do right now that it's going to be like. So I told him to just soak. It was like 2 days ago or something like that. I'm telling him to soak in the Epsom salt. And I was also reading the benefits of this black, what I said sea salt, and it was talking about actually soaking in that too.
Yes,
So
you can do that, absolutely. And also cold showers.
well, that he knows.
Yeah, right, because that's part of their therapy. They do ice and stuff
they
like
have to
that,
go in the
ice packs
ice.
and whatnot, which is great.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna check with him and ask him if he didn't do it. He probably just he does it.
But he has joint, right? He has joint RX in his package, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Right,
We get it
so-
for him. He's about to start buying it himself. 'Cause, he got to buy his stuff.
He's a big man now. Yeah.
You gotta pay. You gotta start buying your stuff.
There you go.
yourself. But yes, he has the joint RX, and I check where he takes it. So yeah.
Right.
So but I don't have the black lava salt on hand, so I am going to actually. I told him I have the Epsom salt because he's right there. He's up this way right this time.
Right.
They're playing, so I need to get it to him so he can soak.
Yeah. So where they sell the black lava salt, do they sell it in like you can weigh it, like you can buy it?
Yeah.
Right. That's good. That's good. So that way
Yeah,
you can that's how you get it for him, or he goes and get it himself.
So he's just gonna be here for today, tomorrow, and they're out because they're in season. So
Right.
I'm gonna try. I don't know if you can travel with that stuff. I'll see.
Yeah, well, he's
If you
into
can.
Canada. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I've traveled with supplements, a ton of them in my bag.
The salt,
I mean,
the
the
actual
salt.
salt.
Yeah.
Like, I think he can check. He can put that in his luggage, innit?
Does he check a bag or
Does
just?
he check a bag? They probably fly. Does he fly on a commercial or do they get a private jet?
They do. They fly first class.
So
Okay,
it's
so
charged,
you
yeah.
can check. You can check
Yeah.
his
You
luggage.
can check a bag. Just don't put any batteries in it. Some wires hanging out. And that
Yeah.
nondescript red sellotape around it. But I mean, he should be fine. He can always call and ask
Yeah.
ahead. But I mean, I'm pretty sure you can get
Yeah,
lava salt in
lava
Canada.
salt, right.
Yeah, I don't think it's something.
Or just ship it. Just he can just ship it there if they're gonna act silly.
Yeah.
Put some black lava salt in like a sandwich bag, and I didn't get, my bag. They didn't search my bag or anything.
Excellent. How much was it?
Yeah,
Deshaun?
but Deshaun, you're a professional smuggler.
No,
Years of training, like she's got the double line jacket and
Like,
all
look
that.
over there. What? Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't be a problem. It shouldn't be a problem. It shouldn't be a
Okay.
problem at all. But he might make headlines, NBA star stopped at customs with black lava salt. But that might be good. And he explains, no, I'm doing the Great Black Detox.
He'll make TMZ. So
There you go.
please take the lava salt in his carry-on.
Tell him to put it.
But-
Tell him to put it into individual like dime bags, and
Dime
then put
bags.
the individual
How
dime
long
bags
is he
into
gonna
a
be
big
there? That's the question.
sandwich bag. That will
Huh?
definitely get him.
Laverne doesn't know what a dime
How
bag
long
is.
is he going to be there? That's the question, because like I have a jar of it and I didn't need that much when I traveled for 5 days.
No, she
So
wants him
he's-
to soak in it in a bath. That's why he'll need a lot.
Deshaun,
Yeah, he
you know.
has to soak in it.
But
so-
Laverne, honestly, I know if he can't get off campus, I mean, I'm pretty sure they've got black lava salt in Canada. Just come out of
Yeah.
after get out of the hotel and go to the Whole Foods or whatever they got up there. What do they have up north? Who's Canadian on here? What's the Whole Foods equivalent in Toronto? Right? Is it Toronto?
Yeah,
No, he's not. He's not. They're not in. They don't stay in Toronto.
they don't stay in
Right,
Toronto.
right. But anyway, try that. See how it goes. Worst case, he'll have to leave it and then just buy some when he's up there.
Wait, so Laverne, you know what a dime bag is?
A dime bag.
Come on, Laverne, stop that.
Okay. But anyway, what I have right now, what I have right now, and I have a whole bag of it. I'm trying to give it to him. Is a bag of Epsom salts,
Right.
Right.
and that's what I'm going to actually
Oh,
take
so,
to
well, I
him.
mean, think about it. What color is the Epsom salts?
It's crystal
Crystal white.
Crystal white.
Yeah,
so if
so
he
it's-
could travel on a plane or put that into his luggage, crystal white in a bag, he could definitely bring black crystals or
Thousand.
black salt in a bag.
Okay, I got you. Okay, I'm gonna do that. And also there's the black mulberry juice. Those are great also for I did talk about that before, for the bone and the
Right.
blood and everything.
Yes.
Okay, because I got him a whole bunch of that, so he don't run out. He can use that. Because I was
Right.
trying to tell him, I explained to him. I said, look, athletes are going to get hurt, but the nutrients in your bodies will determine how fast your body recover. If I'm correct.
Right.
Yes.
So that's what I was trying to tell him. I tried to get him to understand. Okay. So anyway, thank you. You answered my questions. I appreciate it.
All right.
And for the guy was saying he was having like whatever experience. Fasting is a spiritual thing. I was doing a class with I was doing some teaching with some of my members. We are in a fast, and actually I'm going to assimilate from where I'm at into the 14 days.
Right.
And it is what it is. It's a spiritual thing. You always have that experience, so you can't divert from it.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Laverne. Always
All
a
right,
pleasure
Laverne.
as always. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
My
so
brother's on here, and he has a question. Tell me, you need to get on here and ask this question. I hope he will. Thank you.
okay, remind us. Let us know. You can DM me and let me know who he is, and we'll bring him out.
Okay.
Okay. Moving on. I had someone new. I think. Apologies if I'm butchering your name. Tenera. Am I saying it right, Tenera?
It's Tennille.
Oh, we
Can you hear
got
me?
some background noise there.
Tanila.
Tennille.
Oh,
Tanil.
Tanil.
Okay.
Tanil. Okay. Tanil.
Do I need to cam up?
Yes, please.
Uh,
Want to make sure you're Tanil and not O'Neill.
Hi.
Hi.
Is there background?
No, we're getting this echo again for some reason from somewhere.
Okay, I took my
All
phones
right,
off.
there we
Does
go.
that make
There we go. I'm calling people out. It was Osborne Bingham. He was unmuted, so we had to mute him. Osborne Bingham, everybody.
Can you hear me?
Yes. No. We don't want you on yet, Osborne. Mute yourself, and we'll call you in a minute. You're cool, though. You're cool. All right, here we go. Tanil.
Yes.
Yes.
I thought I was in the wrong room. I'm sorry. I had not started my fast yet, but I did have a couple of questions, and I was just trying to listen in, I guess, to see if maybe someone would ask the question first. And I don't want to take too much time.
No, go ahead. No, feel free. Take your time
Thank you.
until you hear the gong, and then you have to stop.
Okay, I'll be mindful. Thank you for this space. I'm very, very new to the concept of fasting for any reason other than spiritual.
Right.
And the benefits therein. I've been slightly doing some research on the benefits, and I think it was yesterday, I was watching an interview, the Breakfast Club interview, and they were with was it Dr. I forget the name. Amun. I don't know if I'm saying it right. And Coach Jesse, and that's what led me here to this app and to the detox. And they talked about the benefits of fasting, and fibroids and things like that. I haven't gone to get checked or anything like that for fibroids. So knock on air, I'm good, but I don't know. But what I do know is that I have thyroid nodules.
Okay.
I did get them tested. They're benign, but they are growing. And I inquired about getting them removed, and they said, well, it's not priority if it's not cancerous. And some other crap that they said, but I want them to be removed. One of them actually is right here. I don't know if you can see it. Like when I swallow, it's pretty big. And it can be uncomfortable, very uncomfortable. And I was wondering like what nutrients I'm lacking or what supplement I can take to help with the thyroid. Because I don't believe it's hypo or hyperthyroidism. That's what they told me, at least.
Right.
I really want to get rid of the nodules because it is getting bigger and it is getting uncomfortable.
Right.
And also if fasting would help with that.
Yes, absolutely. So you are experiencing inflammation, right? So there are these thyroid globulins that attack the thyroid, and it could also be estrogen dominance as well. Estrogen also attacks the thyroid gland, right? And when it does that, it causes an interfacing with inflammatory cells. And it's these inflammatory cells that are causing the swelling, and they're also attacking your thyroid. Now, one of the things that you never want to do is get a thyroidectomy. Don't want to do that, because your thyroid is responsible for metabolism, right? It's another metabolic gland, which is how you process energy, right? So thyroid hormone actually helps how you break stuff down, how you utilize energy in the body, right? How energized your cells are, right? How you're utilizing energy within cells. So thyroid hormone actually helps that process. So when you want to remove stuff, that's Western medical or Western medicine practice, where it's like cut things out if they offend you. You know, if it offends you, cut it off. That's a quote from the Bible, right? We don't want to do that, right? So you're not suffering. So your weight, you are at a good weight. You're not overweight or underweight. You're at a good weight.
I'm not where I want to be, but I'm not overweight. Like I eat one meal a day. I try to get some workout, some exercise, but the least that I'll do is walk. I'll try to do about 3 miles a day, because I wear a Fitbit to track my steps. But for some reason, in the last few years, I gained weight and it won't go off. It won't come off at all. So,
all right. Right there, let me tell you. All right. So right there, if you're gaining weight and you can't get it off, and you're doing exercise and whatever, and it's not coming off, that's indicative of hypothyroidism, right? Where and especially that you have nodules. That's a very strong sign that your thyroid gland is not producing enough thyroid hormone, right? So, even though you're eating once a day, and you're saying, I eat once a day. Now, that once a day that you are eating, what are you eating?
I eat a lot of eggs because I love eggs.
All right. So, right there. So, you know what's funny is that
you probe for long enough.
People know, they know exactly. All right, I'm messing up.
The guilt was in her voice there, wasn't it?
And that's the first thing she said. I thought you was going to say chicken.
No, I don't. So I don't eat meat. And that's why I eat a lot of eggs, because I feel like, oh, that's my protein.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Lies.
Protein thing again.
So from eggs, you only get a certain amount of protein anyway. You're not getting full protein. You want to eat or consume things that are high in specific quality amino acids, where your body creates the proteins from the amino acids. Right? Mm-hmm. And eggs, as you know, come with issues of LDL, right? Cholesterol, right? Which can lead to atherosclerosis and issues with lipids in the blood and whatnot, right? So you don't want to do that. So you don't eat any form of meat, but you just eat a lot of eggs.
Yes.
All right. So this is probably one of the issues that you have now. Do you do dairy?
Cheese. That's my weakness.
All right.
I don't do dairy other than cheese.
Right, and a lot of women, and you know, if you're doing cheese, you might as well do it all. If you're doing cheese, because cheese is like, and it's funny when we ask people if they do dairy, some people say no, and then that, do you eat cheese is the next question. Yes, you know, but cheese is terrible. Cheese is actually really terrible. It's one of the worst foods you can put into your body is cheese, right? So these things. Now, do you smoke?
No.
Do you drink alcohol?
I have wine, port wine.
So you do the cheese and wine thing.
There you go. Cigar.
Cheese, wine, and art, painting and wine.
I'm not fancy. I just like the way it tastes. That's all.
Right. And do you do coffee?
Periodically, not nearly as much as I used to.
Right.
I'll say every couple of days or every few days I'll have some coffee.
Right. So you know, I can go through a whole analysis of what you're eating, but the point is, you're consuming toxins, and those toxins are taking their toll, you know, overtly on your thyroid gland. So you need to stop what you're doing. You need to reset yourself. You need to reestablish a new diet, a new lifestyle, right? And doing walks for long periods of time doesn't actually help you pass a certain threshold. It starts to work against you because it will then tell your body to start storing more fat for later, right? So you don't want to do that. You burn water but not fat, right? So we do have supplements for that, but what you want to do, you do want to do the detox 14, but you want to add, in fact, no, essence is in there. So essence is in there, but where are you located as well?
I'm in Atlanta.
All right, so you're in Atlanta. All right, cool. So when you do your exercises and whatever, also get out into the sun as much as you can, even though it's cold or whatever. Get out into the sun between like 12 and 2 p.m. Where we still have UVB in Atlanta, right? But you can also get D3. Add D3 to the GBD 14 detox.
D3.
Right. And essence contains an ingredient called bladderwrack. Bladderwrack is great for your thyroid gland, right? If you are hypothyroid, right? So it helps your thyroid to produce thyroxine, to produce T3 and T4, right? So so essence will do that. But we actually have a supplement called Thyroid Rx. We don't have it out yet. We haven't put it out yet, but that's one of the things that we got in our archives. We've actually got our supplement ready. We just have to do the landing page and all that kind of stuff. But what we will do, in fact, send me an email, right? And I will actually send you a Thyroid Rx complimentary.
Oh, thank you.
All right, to go with your detox. So get your GBD 14 detox, Great Black Detox 14 challenge, and get D3. And we will send you the Thyroid Rx as well.
I don't know if I have the email.
Oh,
we'll put it in the chat.
We'll put it in the chat.
Okay.
And when you make your order as well, you can put in your notes that Dr. Amsu said that I'm a priority. So, you know, you'll get first class star treatment.
You heard that from the horse's mouth himself. So. And by the way, to Neil, everyone's saying they love your locks.
Thank you.
Let me
see. No,
You've not seen Tennille's locks? We're gonna go to.
No, because she's on a slim thing here, and my guy's got the thing over the middle of the screen. Okay, lovely. Yes. I'm actually trying to grow my locks as well.
No, you're not.
You know, I just started.
No, you're not.
Don't doubt me. I'm gonna try to be like Woodrow over here.
Yeah, I guess 4 years of locks, you know, be like Kimmy.
I'll do it in 2.
There you go. Well, Tennille, listen, absolute pleasure. Thanks for coming on. So glad you've come on and sharing your journey with us. We want to be here with you to help you walk through these things. And as we tell everyone, you know, it's taken years for you to develop these conditions. Nothing is a death sentence. It's just going to take some time to, you know, get off them. But you're taking the right steps. So welcome to the family.
And surgery is a last resort. Last resort. Never jump in. I want surgery. I want something taken out. Never do that.
So just before, is there a possibility that because they're like, I guess, goiters, that's or nodules, is there a possibility that they could go away on their own?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So change your diet with the right nutrition, which is what the supplements are going to do.
Okay.
You know, they're going to get you right. And you have to stop with the eggs and stop with the cheese. Okay. All right? Because your thyroid isn't doing it on its own. It's being forced. It's being coerced by the cheese and the wine and what have you, and the eggs. And it's funny because when you look at the SAD diet and they have that pyramid, they always have cheese and eggs. They have the drumstick. They have that.
Well, the American government used to give out cheese, didn't it? So there's a legacy of cheese within the SAD, of course. Well, listen, Tennille, again, thanks for coming. Make sure you come back. We're here on Friday as well, same time. If you have more questions, in fact, we talk about female reproductive health, which goes into the thyroid and hormones and everything. So please come back on Friday, same time. Check Dr. Ams's IG for the link for that as well. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Tennille.
Okay, moving on. Tanika, welcome back. We can't see you, Tanika. There you go. Tanika's always got a camera on. How's it going, Tanika?
Hey, Tanika.
I'm gonna lower my hand. So a couple things. So one, I wanted to find out. I had ordered the viral detox, but I didn't receive the
book,
the email. Yeah.
Okay, so when you got your receipt, so in the actual receipt, so you get a PayPal receipt and you will get a GBD receipt. In the GBD receipt, there should be a link for download. It will say downloads.
I not get that. I went into my all of my emails.
Did you check your spam?
We can send it to him.
Oh, but yeah, we could. In fact, we could. Do you have the link for the?
Yeah, I'm talking.
Yeah, Tanika, we'll send that to you. Sometimes it gets lost in the digital handshake, but we can get that to you, no problem.
Okay. Who do I need to send an email to, or?
Nobody. We'll do that for you right now. We'll message to you. Yeah.
The Great Black Virus Detox.
Yes, and then the other thing. So my memory has always been an issue, like brain fog, and I was reminded I had like a really significant head injury where I was like unconscious. I was like swinging off of a swing as a teenager, and the chains broke, and I was unconscious for like 10 minutes. I really don't know the extent of like the trauma that caused, but like my memory has like always been the thing. Like I repeat myself, I repeat stories, like I just forget like a lot. And so I didn't know if there was like, I've had scans and.
Is that why you sometimes call me Dr. Andrew?
No. I just like Dr. Andrew. But I didn't know if there's like something like neurological. Yeah, that has happened, or.
Have you had any kind of CAT scan or an MRI or anything like that to see?
if I did at that time, I know I did go to the ER and they did some stuff. That was a while ago.
But that was a while, right? And I'm not saying that you're old, but you know, when you was a teenager, I don't know if you know, the MRI was like great technology back then that they would give for in ER. You know, the stuff that they used to, you know, they may have done it though, but you don't have access to those records. So I'm saying what you do now, because if you're thinking now, like, you know, I've got this memory issue or whatever, I would like to know what's going on in my brain. You know, that's not a bad idea to go and utilize the technology that they have.
Right. In the meantime, are there like supplements for memory, concentration, or something that's going on neurologic?
We Neuroplex. We have a supplement called Neuroplex.
Neuroplex.
Yes.
Okay.
So Neuroplex, and if you don't already have D3, get D3 as well, because D3.
Oh, you have that.
All right, good. So D3 is actually helping you without you, and you may not even know it. With neurological functions as well. But Neuroplex is helps with neurogenesis. It helps to develop new brain cells.
Okay. Is that like the main one or the most influential one for that? Are there others?
Yes. That's the most. We have another one called Neurogen, which helps with any microbes that may have made their way past the blood-brain barrier as well.
Okay. Neuroplex, Neurogen.
Yes.
Okay. And then there was something that I noticed. I had reached out to you. My brother's in the hospital. He has blood cancer, something going on with his liver. But on that regimen that you suggested, one of those, was it Oncogen? Is that how you say that?
Yes, Oncogen, yes.
So you don't necessarily have to have cancer, but that is a supplement to take like as a preventative measure as well.
Yes. So it's for basically like tumors and to catch cancer early, you know, to destroy cancer cells. So Oncogen, Lymphogen, and Nigrogen work on your lymphatic system, on your cells, on the mitochondria in your cells, and also on cancer cells to eliminate cancer cells.
Got it.
All right.
Okay. You create a package for brain fog and memory issues.
Well, we got Neuroplex.
Yes, I'm going to get Neuroplex and Neurogen. But
Gotcha.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you both.
Thank you, Tanika.
Thank you.
Okay, on my one, next I had actually Mr. Osborne Bingham. Then we have Drea. So Osborne, I know you've been waiting patiently, pacing up. You've been snacking. You've been waiting so long.
Dried mangoes, I got to do it.
Okay, mate.
All right. What's going on, Osborne?
So, hello, good evening. It's nice to be back after a long while. A lot has gone on since I last talked to you guys. A lot. Done multiple fasts. I think this is my third try doing fruitarianism, but this time for about 60 days.
All right.
And so what I wanted to ask was, you know, the little research, the baby research I have done, I've seen from multiple sources that fruitarianism is like one of the ideal diets, especially for, you know, being of African descent. For you, it offers a lot of nutrition. So I wanted to know from your professional knowledge and point of view, how ideal is that? Like, could I possibly live like that without having any greens and veggies? Just fruits, nuts, and seeds?
You could do, but it depends on the source of your fruits. If you're getting, and here's another thing as well to consider though. You're living here in United States. You're in North America. Where are you located?
North Carolina, Rocky Mount, North Carolina.
All right, so you're just above 35 degrees, right? So you're experiencing winter, which is you're not getting any UVB, right? You're not getting any UVB. So there are certain winter vegetables that would be beneficial to you, right? So it depends where you're located. Fruitarianism is ideal, especially in the summer when you got the sun, or if you're in the tropics, it's ideal. But when we're here in temperate climate where we experience winter, vegetables are actually good, and you know, especially with women as well, you know, going all fruit all the time is not ideal for women, especially when they're not in the tropics. So we apply that as well. So there are you know, things like burdock and dandelion and mustard greens and collard greens and stuff like that actually help with muscle and bone.
Okay.
And you can, and there, you know, a lot of plants, you know, and check this out. So there are fruits, but fruits grow on trees or on plants. So the bark of that tree, the branches, you know, the leaves, they're all good. They're all good too. So don't discount the medicinal and the, you know, the vitality of these substances, where it's like, all right, just the fruit. The fruits, yes, are great, but there's other medicinal properties to be found, or nutritional properties to be found in other parts of the plant.
Yeah.
Right?
Osborne, can I ask Osborne a question? So you mentioned, sorry guys, we'll jump back in here real quick, that you've been, you know, since you last spoke to us, you've done about 3 different fasts and a whole bunch of different things. It sounds like you're in search of something, right? Trying different things. Is this, why? Is this purely for just your health? Is there a condition you're trying to overcome, or you trying to
live forever?
America's next top ninja? What's your goal? You might be, you know. What's your goal here in trying all these different things?
Nah, my ultimate goal is, I'm a massage therapist, and I don't know if you want to call being given a vision, but you know, I love what you guys do as far as being naturopath professionals and doctors, and I'm seeing that massage can only help my clients but so much. It's like them taking a healthier version of an Advil, or you know, it's
Right.
more holistic, but I want to do more for my clients. And so I feel like having your knowledge or your credentials and your level of expertise when it comes to health and medicine, I can do more for the people. And so I've been putting myself through a little journey of just achieving the healthiest lifestyle for myself. And, you know, it is a tiny little hopeful goal to live forever. You know, I want to see if I can make it to 120.
Right.
And, you know, I'm also trying to, you know, learning more that you got to lead by example and be the change you want to see. And just doing a little bit that I've done, I see how it does impact people's curiosity. Like, what are you doing? How'd you lose all that weight in 2 weeks? I just got off the 14-day with the other organization. I'm going to try one of y'all's though, because you guys have a 14-day as well. And do you have a fruit one as well?
Yes, we
Yep,
we created them all.
Got it. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Don't apologize.
No need to apologize. No need to apologize.
Yes, sir. So I'm just trying to figure out what's the healthiest lifestyle for me so that I can be my healthiest and strongest self, to give the best massages that I can, to have the best mental clarity that I can, to answer questions, especially working towards becoming a naturopath doctor myself. So
Okay,
that's why I'm
excellent.
trying these different things
Right,
out.
and I would say to you, study sports nutrition and sports medicine, right? Just to that, you know, to know how the body works and how nutrients are processed through the body through muscles and tendons and ligaments, you know, to have that knowledge. Even though some sports nutritionists do talk about, you know, protein and meat and whatnot, right? There are some sports nutrition information that's out there that's dealing with, you know, plant-based. So you can get the knowledge there, but it's how important nutrition is in sports. All right?
Yes, sir.
So that's something, because you already do massage therapy, you know, the next phase of massage therapy is physiotherapy. And, you know, it's a great career to have.
Indeed. Well, Osman, listen, really appreciate you coming on, man. Make sure you come back. You know, we're here twice a week, Friday as well. We're here next Wednesday. And yeah, absolutely. Check out the detoxes. And it seems like you're on a path to something, and it sounds like you're going to get there as well. So appreciate you having you on. Look forward to having you back.
Thank you. Thank you for taking the time to listen to me.
And we do have the Great Black Athlete Detox as well. If you are that way inclined, that you know you want to be the example, right? And I say this every other week, that's where I want all our people to be, is living that lifestyle of a great black athlete. So the Great Black Athlete Detox have all the supplements for the perfect body and the perfect lifestyle for a perfect body, you know, on when to eat and what to eat. So it has its meal plan in there as well.
Okay.
All right. So
All right.
greatblackdetox.com/athlete.
That's the one.
Looking it up right now.
Excellent.
All right.
All right, Osman. Appreciate it, mate.
Thank you guys so much. Have a good night.
You too. Cheers. Miss Drea, Miss Hall. How you doing? I know you've been waiting patiently, biting your nails back and forth. You had like 6 slices of toast waiting for us, right?
I just raised my hand because my mom is in here and she has a question.
Mom.
But she can't figure out how to raise her hand.
Where's Mom?
Hello, this is Katrina. How are you?
Katrina.
Hello,
Hi,
Katrina.
Katrina.
Okay.
Hello. I haven't started the fast or anything, but I have started taking a couple of your supplements. I take the Deep Vein, and I also take one for fat. But I notice when I take them, my stomach, it feel like it's burning inside, and then sometimes my stomach get bloated.
Okay. All right. So one of the things that we were talking about today is, you know, things that will cause you to bloat, right? And it could be Candida, it could be H. pylori, right? So when you take something that, you know, quote unquote is good for you, and it causes an inflammatory response like bloating, it's that something is eating up your nutrients. So when you're taking it under the tongue, so you're still getting benefits because it's under your tongue. But when you swallow, now those the parasites that are there are now being fed, or there's a reaction that's taking place, right? So there's an inflammatory response, which is indicative of yeast or some other bacterial, and it could be good your bad bacteria in your gut flora, which is acting up, right? That needs to be done. So fasting is definitely in order, right? The 14-day fast where you refrain from food and reset. Now, what is it that you're trying to achieve? Are you overweight?
I'm overweight. The doctor told me my metabolism is sluggish for some reason.
Right.
And at some point, I was so weak that by the time I wake up in the morning, I can barely make it down the stairs to make my breakfast. I was so exhausted. So I cut back on taking my high blood pressure medicine. I started taking 1/2 a tablet, and I felt better. I had a lot more energy.
Right.
Then I felt like when I was walking, felt like I had bricks or big old rocks underneath my foot. So
Right.
then I stopped taking the high blood pressure pill, and I'm having a lot more energy.
Okay, good. Because high blood pressure pills are basically blood thinners. So, as I explained earlier in the call, your blood is your carriage, your train carriages, carrying cargo. When you thin your blood, they lose their ability to carry, right? To
Okay.
carry nutrients and oxygen. That's where now you're dealing with chronic fatigue syndrome.
Right.
Where man, I'm just tired all the time. I don't, and then it's like I can't be bothered. You can't be bothered to do this, can't be bothered to do that, and then anxiety kicks in because you might fall behind on something that you're supposed to do, right? Activities that you want to take, and there's the psychological side is the anxiety or depression that usually comes with chronic fatigue, right?
Right.
So the fast, the 14 also includes essence, which has ingredients for your thyroid gland. So your thyroid gland becomes more active. So your metabolism normalizes. It's to normalize your metabolism, and that's gonna happen. Your metabolism will speed up when you're not eating anything.
Okay.
Right. Again, your fat stores are energy stores of energy. Your fat is energy banks for it's energy banks, right? So when you start fasting, your body's gonna pull from your fat source for its energy.
I see.
And your metabolism will speed up. So while you're doing that, even though you may think, man, I'm tired, I got so much energy and whatever, there are do exercise, move about, become more active. As you move along, become more active, and you actually will generate energy. It's about getting your mitochondria, to start spinning as it should be in every cell.
Okay. So then I can continue to take the one for the fat and also the one for the deep vein, and then just add essence to it.
Well, have you got the 14, or do you only have those two?
I just have those two right now.
All right, get the 14, right? So that you have all the instructions and you have those supplements, because those supplements are gonna provide you, on top of your you said deep vein and lipo, right?
Yes.
Okay, and you're located where?
In California.
All right, Southern.
All
right, excellent. So you got sun.
Yes, lots of it.
All right, lots of it. Great. That's one thing about California, man. It never rains in Southern California. I heard that somewhere, right? So get out into that sun, right?
Right.
Bike ride. Do stuff. Go for bike rides. Do stuff that's energetic, active.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I'll try to get back into the exercise because I couldn't do anything. I didn't have any energy to cook my breakfast. By the time I finished cooking, I would have to sit down and rest.
Right.
But since I stopped taking the high blood pressure amlodipine, I seem like I've been doing much better. But I don't know how my blood pressure's been, but my energy level has been a lot better.
All right. So because you told me that you're having breakfast, I'm gonna have to ask you what you have for breakfast. I'm gonna have to put you out there.
Sometimes I do eat eggs and toast with avocado, and some days I'll have a banana with strawberries, whipped cream, and there's a little flat thing at the bottom, crepe. So I would do that.
All right. Everything that you just mentioned, all of that's got to go, especially the whipped cream. Ruin the whipped cream.
Oh, and I also put peanut butter on the crepe.
Oh
too.
my days, yes. All of that, all inflammatory. So these things that you're eating first thing in the morning, They're all inflammatory, so they're causing an inflammatory response, which are attacking your cells.
So what's pretty good to eat for breakfast first thing in the morning?
Nothing.
Okay.
That's the best breakfast. First early morning, don't eat anything.
Okay.
Don't eat anything, right? And so when you, but I want you to do the challenge, the GBD 14, Great Black Detox 14, where you're not going to eat anything for 2 weeks.
Okay, GBD 14.
Great Black Detox 14 challenge.
We'll put the link in the chat.
So the link's going to be put into the chat. All right. So get that and follow the instructions. You know, you get all the tools that you need, the coconut water, get the tools for the structured water, and do the 14 days, do the reassimilation. And when you finish doing that, go straight into intermittent, where you eat once a day. Once a day. Now the window that you eat, or you eat within a window with intermittent fasting, right? You give yourself a window, right? So start with giving yourself like a 5-hour window. So from say 3 in the afternoon until like 8 in the evening, and then narrow that window, because you will find your metabolism will go through the roof. And you'll have so much energy. And when you're doing the detox, the mental clarity and the amount of energy that you're going to find that you have, the brain fog and all, the fatigue is not going to be there.
Okay.
Excellent. Katrina, thank you for joining. We're going to get Drea to teach you how to raise your hand in the app. That'll be your assignment for the weekend.
And to unmute the camera.
Unmute the camera, right.
Oh, I didn't unmute.
Not the camera. All right, you can do it now. Let's have a look at you, Katrina.
And you're in Southern California.
Make sure that there's no eggs on toast.
No, I don't have any eggs on toast right now. Okay, got it. Thank you so much.
Katrina, thank you for joining. Make sure you come back.
Okay.
All right, so we got a man who's been patiently waiting. I've been trying to push his name up the thing, but the women jumped in front of you, brother. My man, Floyd. Hey, look, any man wearing a black marina, man, he will take you seriously.
Yes, guys, how are you?
We are doing great, Floyd. How's it going?
All right, everybody. Yeah. Hey, I got a question. My question is sinusitis. What do you guys have for sinusitis?
Breathe. We have a supplement called Breathe and D3.
Well, I did order the D3.
Okay.
I got the D3 and the other stuff coming there for my wife, but I wish I had asked that question that day, because I would have probably got the Breathe in that kit that you got. I see you have Breathe with the
virus detox.
The virus, right?
Right. Yeah.
D3. Yeah. See. Yeah. So I should have, and I actually was going to do that. Anyway, I'll get it. So Breathe is the one that I need for that.
Yes, Breathe.
Anything else along with that?
And do you ever wash your nose with lukewarm water, like breathe it in and blow it out?
I do all of that.
Okay.
I got in the Vaj machine, all of that.
Oh, okay. All right.
I've been using I use a neti pot.
Yes.
All of that.
Oh, you know about them things, innit?
Unless I probably didn't do it consistently, I should do it. So.
Right. And also Qigong, to do Qigong breathing exercises as well.
Qigong breathing exercise.
Yes.
Okay. So,
Qigong exercises, it really does help with breathing.
Okay. All right. So I'll just got to drop the yard in and get a breathe from you, so I can see it get going on.
Okay.
Yes, sir, Mr. Floyd. Thanks for your patience.
You're welcome. Take care, man.
All right, you too, brother.
Right,
take care. All right, folks. See, that was a marathon today, but it's good. We had a lot of great conversation, a lot of great questions. We're really glad to see New Year, so many people taking the health seriously and asking the right questions about what to do. More and more people are waking up and realizing that, the allopathic or the quickest, the most convenient route to supposed health isn't always the best, because a lot of times it's not really health. It's masking symptoms and making you feel better for a little while, but not tackling the underlying problem. The way to do that is to Fix your health the right way. We are out of here.
No, look.
I'm gone.
Look, you see what just
I
happened?
saw what just happened,
Oh.
and you see who it is, right?
Of course, every time.
You got a minute and a half. We're out. He's gonna start playing the music in a second. Go ahead. You want to do it?
All right.
Just messing with you. Just messing with you.
I kind of figured.
You know what I was gonna say though, right? So when I was a child, right, I used to like put 6 teaspoons of sugar into my tea.
I did 7.
And then my mum would be, how much sugar you put in there? Obviously, I'm lying. 2, Ruti, taste the tea. Taste the tea. You know what she would say? It's sweet till it scratch. Little snitch. My sister was a snitch, everybody. Would rat me out every time. And she wasn't satisfied till I got a cuff. But anyways, there's a Asia Wallace. That's not Ruth.
No, that's not Ruth.
So
Yes, this is Asia.
all right, Asia.
You gotta be quick, Asia. Go ahead.
Okay. So I've been trying to message you guys. I actually did. But I've been suffering with high blood pressure for the last 6 years, ever since I had my daughter. And I've been trying really hard to get off of these medicine.
Okay.
And it's hard for me because I binge eat and I'm trying to do like the water fast. That don't work. I try to do like the vegetable fast. I end up eating
Right.
every time. And I'm just like, what's the best way to like go about like suppressing appetite, or what can I take to help me to get off this medicine so I can
So when you said you've done a water fast, what water fast did you try?
like fruits, like blended fruits.
All right.
and stuff.
So that's not a water fast. You're basically just
sorry.
blending up stuff that you had to digest anyway, right?
Yeah.
So, and yeah, that wouldn't help you now. All right. So with high blood pressure, one of the things that you want to do, right, is fast, abstain from food, do our liquid fast, right? Now you say you binge eat. What's your weight and what's your height?
My weight is 291 and I am 5'6".
Okay. All right. So you have to do this. And this is a good thing. All right. So as I've been saying, so fat is storage of energy, right? And our Great Black Detox 14 has proven time and time again that people do not get hungry.
Okay.
Hunger might be for a day or two, and then the body gets acclimated very fast because you are taking the supplements, and the supplements are the key because your body is going to be nourished, right? And then when you do that, your body will, exercise. You're going to see that you will start to lose fat and lose weight rapidly, but you're not going to be hungry.
Okay.
And bigger people actually find it easier than smaller people to do this because they have so much, stored energy.
Okay.
Asia, do you have issues moving around with exercising and things like that? Typically.
Yeah, like timing because I have my daughter.
No, not so much timing. I mean, physically, are you able to, do squats, touch your toes, star jumps, run, jog, walk?
Yeah, I can do that stuff. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And as Dr. Amps is saying, you have to incorporate that.
You didn't say dance. You
said
dance.
Yeah.
So dancing is a great form of exercise.
Oh, okay.
Right. But weight training, and that is also, make sure you do get that in. But you need to do the fast, because when you fast and you abstain from food, your serum nitric oxide increases, and that is a natural vasodilator. Nitric oxide is a natural vasodilator, right? So it helps immensely with high blood pressure. And we also have a supplement called Deep Vein that you should add to the Great Black Detox 14, because that will help your body to get rid of any atherosclerosis. And
so when I start taking it, do I stop taking my blood pressure pills?
Yes.
Gotcha. Because that's another thing. Like, I would stop taking my pills and I would feel okay. The only time I would feel weird is if I eat something that brings my blood pressure up.
Right. Yeah, something that's inflammatory.
But when I start taking the pills back again, because I get scared,
right,
I get this bad headache for like 2 days.
Right, because when you take the pills, it's thinning your blood and you're not getting enough oxygen. And it could also be that it's causing dehydration as well.
Got you.
So
because I asked my doctor, I'm like, why is it that when I don't take my pills, I feel okay? The only time I don't feel okay is if I eat something that brings my pressure up.
Right.
The minute I start taking my pills back again, why do I get headaches? Like, and that's weird. I shouldn't get headaches from taking this medicine.
Right. But it means that it's not medicine, it's medication. There's a difference.
Yes.
All right. So the medicine you need is in the supplements, is in abstinence, is in, the liquids that you're going to be taking.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
So, very important with the deep vein. Deep vein does not thin your blood, right? It doesn't thin blood, but it helps to stop coagulation, unnecessary coagulation of the blood.
Coagulation. Gotcha.
Right? And it removes plaque from the blood vessels.
So the your things is on your product is on your in your bio.
Yeah. So link in bio. Go. You can click and go to the Great Black Detox 14 challenge. You click that link, and then once you're on that page, you can add just do a search after you put that into your cart. Put deep vein. Do a search on deep vein, and then add that to your cart as well.
Okay, gotcha.
All right.
Deep vein.
And where are you located again, Asia?
I'm from New Jersey.
All right. So get D3 as well, because you're not getting any sunlight, and D3 is going to be one of your best friends.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
All right then.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Asia. Thank you. Closing out with you. All right, guys. Listen, we're well over. I think did we put enough money in the meter today? If the lights go off, it's because we hit the 50p mark. But listen, thanks everyone for joining. I mean, great conversation, great questions, great testimonies. Congratulations to all those in the detox. Hey, welcome back to Vanessa and everyone else. If you haven't started your detox yet, it's New Year 2022. Get your detox orders in now. There's a sale going on store-wide, is it not?
Yes, we have a sale going on store-wide. Code is Jan 2022.
Jan 2022, and you get a whole bunch of discount off your stuff. Right. Get your detox in now. There's a whole bunch of people starting. We've got our sales on day 7. We've got Lena Renee starting hers soon. You can join her group. We've got the Brit Fam. So many places you can do this. So many reasons why you need to do your detox. You need to change your health. You need to do that reset. Isn't that right, Dr. Hampson?
Yep.
All right, folks.
Exactly right.
All right, we're going to leave you there, man. We've gone over. Listen, love you. Sending love to everyone. And we'll see you
Peace
guys
out,
next
everybody.
week. See some of you guys on Friday. All right.